I have to admit, I was skeptical about the Flir Cx5 thermal imaging camera at first. I mean, thermal cameras always seemed like overkill for my weekend DIY projects. I've got a $20 infrared thermometer that's worked fine for years, right? But after a few late-night wiring jobs where I really wished I could see heat patterns instead of just guessing, I decided to give the Flir Cx5 a try. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. What changed my mind was how small and easy it is to use. This thing fits in my tool belt like a regular multimeter, but it's got a 160 by 120 thermal sensor that actually shows you a picture instead of a single temperature reading. I was working on an old fuse box last month and noticed one breaker was warmer than the others. With the Flir, I could see the hot spot right away and shut it down before it became a problem. No more poking around with a non-contact thermometer and hoping I'm in the right spot. I've found myself using it more and more, even for simple tasks like checking if my water heater is working properly. The Wi-Fi feature surprised me the most. I can stream the live thermal image straight to my phone while I'm up in the attic or down in the crawl space. Last week I was troubleshooting a mystery hot spot in the ceiling, and my helper could see exactly where I was pointing the camera on his phone while I held it. We nailed the issue in minutes instead of half an hour of back and forth. It's also handy for sharing quick thermal snapshots with clients or contractors. One tap and the image is saved with a timestamp, so you can email it right from the job site. I've used this feature to show my clients exactly what's going on with their electrical system, and it's really helped to build trust. The patented MSX technology blends the thermal image with visible light so you can actually tell what you're looking at. I was checking a wall for moisture damage and the thermal overlay alone just showed me a blob. With MSX, I could see the stud pattern and the exact spot where the insulation was missing. That kind of clarity saves time and prevents mistakes. I've also used it to check for air leaks around doors and windows, and it's been really eye-opening to see how much heat is escaping. Durability matters when you drop tools. The CX5 is rated for hazardous locations, so it can handle dust, moisture, and even a few bumps without skipping a beat. I've knocked mine against pipes and ladders a dozen times and it's still spotless. The battery lasts about 4 hours on a charge, which is enough for a full workday if you're not streaming constantly. When it does die, swapping the battery takes 10 seconds, no waiting around for it to recharge. I've been using it for a few months now, and I've only had to replace the battery once. Documentation is built in. Every image gets saved with GPS coordinates if you enable it, so you can go back later and see exactly where the hot spot was. I used that feature when a client asked why their electric bill was higher than usual. I pulled up the thermal images from their panel and showed them the overheating breaker. They fixed it the next day, and the bill dropped the following month. That kind of proof is worth its weight in credibility. I've also used it to track changes in my own home's energy efficiency over time, and it's been really interesting to see how different modifications have affected the thermal patterns. The only real downside I've run into is the price. At a few $100s, it's not a casual purchase like a $20 thermometer. But when you factor in the time saved and the clarity you get, it pays for itself on the first tricky job. I've probably saved hours of troubleshooting time already, and that's not even counting the potential costs of repairing or replacing damaged equipment. The other small quirk is the screen is a little dim in bright sunlight, so you might need to shade it with your hand when you're outside. But that's a minor complaint, and it's not something that's ever hindered my use of the device. As I've gotten more comfortable with the Flir Cx5, I've started to think about all the other ways it could be useful. All in all, the Flir Cx5 has become the tool I reach for when the regular gear isn't enough. It's not just for electricians, plumbers, HVAC techs, and even home inspectors can get real value from seeing heat patterns in real time. If you've ever wished you could see what's happening inside walls or panels without tearing everything apart, this camera is worth a look. I've been impressed by its versatility and ease of use, and I think it's a valuable addition to any toolbox. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just a DIY enthusiast, the Flir Cx5 is definitely worth considering. Link is below if you want to see the current price and read more reviews.